So keep working on your skills, keep developing yourself, never stop to learn. Prepare yourself for any situation. And if you love it, work until that you become the best. And even when you become the best, be better than yourself.
Hey, all right. So I am now on the line with a Mr. King Chamalo, who is the owner of Castle Dance, which is a professional dance studio in Amsterdam, which you created back in 2016. You are an award-winning Kizomba dancer, instructor, as well as a choreographer, and you have a background in dancehall, Afro, hip hop, and as well as house. You were born in Paris, but currently reside in Amsterdam.
Yeah,
How are you doing today, sir?
I'm good, and you?
Hey, I'm good, man. I'm good. I really appreciate you taking time out your day to talk to me, man.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for having me into your into your interview.
Hey, no doubt, bro. No doubt, man. So, I guess, man, to start this out, man, I would be very curious to hear from you, man. What was your childhood like growing up in Paris, man? What was that like for you?
Uh, Growing up in Paris, it's interesting because in my ghetto was a multicultural place, so you get to know a little bit of everything from each other. But it's what also create bonds with your friends and with different cultures. So that's why, like even with Kizomba, I relate to this really fast because I was used to listen those music. So it just help you to move forward in life in a better way.
Yeah, I understand that, bro. I'm curious, man. I guess growing up in Paris, man. Tell me, what were some of your childhood hobbies? What did you enjoy doing?
I always loved to dance, but let's say if you were growing up in the ghetto, if you were a dancer, you were looked up like not a real man. So you are too sensitive. If it was about defending yourself, they will think that you will not be able to fight for yourself. So all those things was quite a challenge because until that people accept who you are and what you love, it's pretty hard. But when you're really into something, you just see your goal.
Okay, I understand that, man. So you've always been a dancer then, or what?
Um, yes, I always loved to dance. But back in the day, I needed to have the right age to start because now today we see the children dancing. But back in the day, you were children. They will say, "Yeah, you're not good enough to understand what it is." So I took like the stuff like back in the day from my big brother. If you wanted to learn hip hop, you needed to get those cassettes from Reebok and try to do the move behind the TV, and it was really interesting. So when I was 9, I got my first cassette. I was like really into it, but I wasn't able to train. So no knowledge, no one to guide me. So I said, you know what, I gave up, and I went to my handball career. So I went really far with it, but I did drop off everything to go back to dance because it was my real love.
I understand that, man. You kind of spoke on it, man. Let me ask you this, man. How important was music growing up in your childhood?
That important, or it was everything because basically I could go, I could be late at school if my MP3 wasn't charged. So it's like my thing is like I needed to make sure that I have my music going on because it was like kind of, if I compare myself to a car, was my gasoline to be able to move forward. If I have no music in one day, it will be really bad.
I understand that, man. I definitely understand that. Going back to the old MP3 days, man. Some people don't know about that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, but
And the
but
MP3
music
player.
Music to add some stuff on your question. Music was always there because I'm the son of a pastor, so we were all into singing, playing music. So I was playing drum. My little brother was playing the synthesizer, and the little one was playing piano. So basically, we were always around music. So it's into the family, I can say.
Hey, okay, man. So you kind of brought that up. I appreciate you did that, man. If I'm not mistaken, both your parents were from the Congo, man. So I'm very curious to hear from you. What was it like growing up in that household? Your dad a preacher, and you're both your parents from the Congo. What was that household like?
Yeah, but being Congolese, I think for me it's an advantage because they are on top of dressing, so they are known for having a really crazy way of dressing. Music also with dombolo, mapuka, rumba. So it was good, but the only thing is that my father was a preacher, so all those music it wasn't really allowed at home. So when it's about dancing, he didn't care about dancing at the first place, and he wanted me to just go to church. But yeah, thanks God, everything is progressing, and my father is the one who is pushing me right now on every step on my dance life.
That's amazing, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm curious to hear, man. Do you know what brought your parents to Paris?
Um, my father was born as a French citizen because back in the day, Congo was a colony from France, and my mother came at the age of, I think she was saying 5 or 6, so she was really a little girl when she come over here, and yeah, my grandpa just brought her here because he was thinking that she will get a better future over here than into the Congo.
Yeah, I understand that, man. I definitely understand that. So yeah, so you're growing up in Paris, and you have this passion for dancing and everything, man. Um, I guess let me ask you this, man. When going back to when you were a child, did you know what you wanted to be when you got older?
No, because it's so funny because this question happens every year when you go to school. Yeah, what you want to do when you will be uh, a good man? But the thing is, I do think that adults don't understand that they kill the dream of the children. So you want to do some, but they tell you it's not going to be possible. And being a black uh, young boy, they already show you that because of your color, it's going to be hard. But when you're a child, you don't understand this. So as long as you see something positive, you are like, yeah, okay, I want to do this. But of course, I was also playing handball. So at some point, I say, yeah, I want to be a professional handball player because I was really strong on it. But at the end, you just realize that hey, no one is supporting you. Everyone is against you. So you just switch from a dream to another. And one thing that was really strong with dancing is that no matter what people wanted to say, they couldn't take this dream away from me because my body's gonna just respond to my feeling, and everyone's just gonna agree because when you're good at something, even though that people will talk trash to you, at the end they're gonna be the ones gonna be like, "Wow, you're so amazing," and blah blah blah.
Yeah, wow, that's so true, man.
Hey kid, come here. Hey, if you could like and subscribe for the channel, that'd be amazing. Let's get back to the
That's
show.
so true, man. That's so true. So yeah, so you're growing up in Paris, man. I guess what happens for you after you graduate high school? Like, do you go to university or do you just start working? What happens for you?
Okay, yeah, this one was like I didn't know actually what I wanted to do because you need to make money and dream or not, you need to put something on the table. So basically, when I got my baccalaureate, which is I think for the international way HBO, I was also working at McDonald's. So basically, my day was like I start at 8 o'clock, I finish school at 5 o'clock, I go to the train station because I need to work at 6:30 until 2 a.m. So was really a crazy year, but this year it was a big blessing for me because I got my diploma, I got my driver license, and I was able to go away from McDonald's. So after this, I took like a 1 year break, and I started to work in a laboratory, so to create pills and stuff because it was like really good paying, and also I had family members into this company, so I said like why not, I was like young, getting my new car and getting money, so you think that you fly, when you have something in your bank account, you're just happy. um so what happened after this, I went to what we call a BTS, which is like 2 years after HBO and 1 year before the bachelor. And I went over there because I couldn't let myself being stuck to an office. So I was like, nah, I'm someone who needs to move my energy out. And if you put me on this on the chair, I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna do my thing. And it's not a good thing when you want to be professional on those areas. So I did like those 2 years HBO for technical salesman, and I failed the diploma, fortunately, but it was also an eye opener that actually I was trying to achieve something just to fit into the society, but it wasn't this for me. So after this, I went into the a formation to drive all the big machine to build up buildings and stuff, and I got it. But I got now two options when I went out of this diploma. Or I start to drive all those crazy machine, which is really fun, or I open my dance school. So I went away and I opened my dance school.
Okay, all right. So we're definitely jumping around a little bit, man. Um, so I guess I'm trying to think how to go about this, man. So you're going through this period in your life where I guess you're not happy with where your life's at, man. So are you still dancing at that time? Are you and let me ask you this: Are you ever taking dance classes, or are you just doing this for fun? Are you just like going to the clubs and dancing, or?
Yeah, but I made one first mistake in my life is that I could go into a musical tournaments and stuff and being part of Moses, the group Moses. And I refused it because I wanted to do my HBO because, they say without diploma, you're no one and you can do anything. So you are like, okay. Or I decide to make what I love as my job, but for me, it was a hobby. So I did take classes, of course, but my thing is that when I took the classes, my body went too fast. So I was absorbing like a sponge the information too fast. And you could see a gap between me and the people in the class. So I went to my dance teacher and I said to him, can I still come? But instead of doing your choreo, I can take the space on the side and do my freestyle. He said, do what you got to do. And since this, they see that I was really motivated. So they guide me and they say, yeah, come and train with us and stuff. So from this, I was like the young guy, like 15 years old, and I was staying with people from 23. So it's like a big thing for when you're young. You're like, yeah, I'm with big guys and stuff. I'm doing big stuff. People know me, and everything just space out. And yeah, I kept learning from each other, and especially in hip hop, what we call like the cipher, exchanging with people is taking information without asking for. So I'm gonna dance with you, I'm gonna analyze you, and retake what you just showed me, and trying to implement this with my knowledge.
Let me ask you this, man, because I don't really do too much hip hop dancing, man. So Um, I guess what what constitute what constitutes like a great hip hop dancer? Is it just that creativity, or like what makes for a good dancer? Is it creativity, or like, or, what makes someone a good dancer versus someone who's, I guess, a mediocre? Because it's all opinion based, right?
Yeah, it's all opinion based because at the end, like let's say people can beat you as being technical or being more smooth or being more in the technical criteria, but no one can beat you as being you. And the fact that you are the best as being you, you just express what you have inside. So either you like it or either you don't like it. It's me, so you should accept me or not. If you accept me, good, you stay on my side. If you don't, it's okay.
Okay, sure enough, man, sure enough. So then let me ask you this then, man. So, I guess when or how did you get introduced to partner dances?
Partner, oh yeah, really young, in a really young age. Because as I said, uh, um, growing up in the ghetto, it's a multicultural stuff. So meaning that you grew up with Caribbean people, also Congolese people, and we have all on all the country separate dancings. When the men dance alone, when the ladies dance alone, but you have also dance that they are dancing together. So we were seeing this since the young age, and we was just like, when you're a child, you just make fun of it, like, oh, you see this daddy and mommy, they was like that, and you try to imitate them, but when you get caught, they're gonna whoop your ass because it's not the thing that you're supposed to do. But of course, so we were like between cousins and stuff. So I started to dance, which is Passada and Zouk and Kompa. We Passat from Cape Verde, Zouk from the French Caribbean, and Kompa from Haiti. But also Kompa has a story on the Caribbean, French Caribbean stuff, because there are like those people who also play Kompa. Uh, and yeah, it was amazing just to be introduced from the young age. But my first real experience is when you have like those young party when you're a young teenager, and you got to know like, oh guys, they have hip hop dance and everyone is like whining, jumping. And after back in the day, we have like this CD player with two small speakers. So they stopped, they changed the CD, and now they put like Zouk music, and you're like, oh shit, what should I do? And you just look, analyze, and everyone is like kind of grinding and waving, and you're okay. I can do that. I'm a dancer, I feel it. So
Okay. So let me ask you this then, man, because I definitely know Kompa. I know Zouk, and you said it was a Passada. Is that what you were dancing?
that's facade.
Yeah.
Facade.
Wait, Passada, yes, which is the original Simba, original Kizomba. So I'm curious, man. When you were learning all of those, were you just how were you learning it? Was it just by imitation, or yeah, how did you go about that?
It was combined because let's say like nowadays all those couple dance we have cursus teacher and stuff, but back in the day that it doesn't exist. It's like you go, you imitate, and sometimes your big sister correct you, or a big brother say no, it's not like that, you should do like that, and you just try to implement. And they have like no pedagogy. It's like you move left, you move left, you move right, you move right. And they're gonna say no until that you do it right. So
Nah, I
that was
get you, man. I get you. Because I talked to a lot of people, who grew up in that culture, whether it be salsa or kizomba or bachata, and they say they learned through imitation. It wasn't through a dance school where they have like those steps. It wasn't no 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. It never was like that.
sure.
So I definitely understand that, man. So yeah, so you're growing up, and you start dancing those dances from a young age, man. Um, did you did you ever? Well, I guess was partner dances, was it strictly just for like partying, for getting girls, or was there anything outside of that?
No, it was just a partying, and that's really simple. When you go to a party, if the ladies know that you dance good, you're gonna get the ladies. And sometimes you don't even need to talk because let's say one thing. Uh, we men are attracted by ladies and ladies are attracted by men, but sometimes ladies to ladies, men to men. But everyone can do whatever they want. But you know, when you go to the party, you want to dress good because you know that they're gonna get ladies. The ladies want to dress good because they know that they're gonna get men. And sometimes you're like coming into the party, but you're also analyzing who is there, you know. And being a good dancer, it's also a key to get the lady that you wanted, or maybe attracted the lady that you didn't even see, but she saw you. And when they are like that, you know, when you invite the ladies, because now in Kizomba the ladies invite the men, but the way I grew up is not like that. It's like you go to the ladies, and better for you that she say yes, because if she said no, you go home heartbroken and you stay on the side and you wait that the DJ is switching back to the hip hop or whatever, you know. So making sure that you can move your hips in a good way was the best way to keep on staying on the dance floor.
Hey, okay, man. I definitely understand. So you've been, I guess, doing part of dance for a while now, since your childhood, right?
Yeah.
Hey, so hmm, because I want to let me ask you this then.
Yeah.
For someone who didn't grow up, dancing, partner dances, who is just now getting into it, they're kind of a beginner in this whole endeavor. Do you have any, I guess, words of wisdom or advice for them?
I'll just keep practicing because basically, you know, uh, what it is that everything that you do in your life, it's a preparation for the next step for whatever decision you want to do. Like I like to talk about this story to the student when they start to dance kizomba, because sometimes people say, yeah, white people cannot dance. It's not true. It's just because since day one, as black people, we are used to see people dancing. And what you do as a baby, you try to imitate your parents. So everyone who's doing something, you want to do the same, meaning that your body is already prepared, your muscle get information, and you're just used to get the information quicker than someone who never got to know this. So at the moment that they're gonna take like this first Kizomba lesson, Kompa or Zouk lesson, whatever, the person who is already used to see this information and used to process this information is going to get it like that. The other one is like what it is, it looks amazing, but I don't know what's going to happen. And because he's saying I don't know what is going to happen, his body is responding, I don't know what you want me to do. And this connection is not going. But by practicing, you start to understand. You start to also see if you film yourself, and you start to correct what you want to correct to be able to process what you love to process, or how you picture with your visual memory what you want to project into your body. Because sometimes you think like it was my first time that I was shocked of myself. I was maybe 8. I was in a wedding, and for me, I was like the best dancer ever. So I was like moving my body. I don't know, but I see the video, I was just doing like stupid bullshit. I look at myself, I said, I don't want to dance anymore. But because you know, you were thinking that you were into it. So for you, you have a visual memory of you being like the superstar flying to the sky. And when you see the image, you're like, whoa. And those person just needs to persist, because if you stop at this first step, of course you will never dance, and of course your body is going to tell you it's not made for you. But if you keep trying, you're going to see one day like, oh, it's me who did this.
Man, come on, man. I can dig it. So, so I guess let me ask you this then, man. Um, you've been dancing for a while. I guess was it back in when did you start taking dance seriously? When did you say like, okay, this is maybe something I want to do for the rest of my life? When did that thought come to you?
I never get this thing like I want to dance for the rest of my life, because you know when you do something, you for you it's gonna be it until that you cannot, you know. But what happened is that uh, I was in between a dilemma in between handball and dancing. I needed to make my choice. So back in 2002, I made the choice to go for the handball, but I was still taking some lessons sometimes of hip hop. After this, 2000 back 2004, I wanted to stop handball, and I said, okay, I love to dance. So I was doing, I get to high school, and I was doing my hip hop battles at the break, when we have 15-minute break in the morning, and it's like, you see that they have the singer over there, they have the dancer over there, you have the intellectual people over there. And every time, like, when you're new somewhere, they say, yeah, that's my friend. He can dance and everything. He's just going to whoop your ass. And he didn't even say a word. And everyone's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And you're like feeling the pressure. I need to do something. And when you do it, you're like, hey, people are like, whoa, man, you killed this guy. And I was like, I don't know, but it's nice because now the ladies, hi, hi, hi. And I say, yeah, actually, I feel it. It's what I want to do. So I took like the lessons back, and after this happened the story when I said to you that I went too fast. Not fast by learning, it's just because I was dedicated. So when someone was taking uh, just the lesson, I will stay after the lesson train, and I will train before the lesson. So that's why I was like already ready to keep all the information. And since then I said like, yeah, I'm gonna do this.
Okay, okay. And so was it the same thing with you? I guess for Kizomba, were you dedicated to that then?
Yeah, Kizomba actually it was a bit different. So I went into a beef with my hip hop family and I felt betrayed. So when you associate something that you love with a certain type of person, if you lose the love for those person, you also lose the love for your first thing. So I was feeling betrayed. I said, you know what, I'm gonna stop. I don't like it. I don't want to train or whatever, but I will still be able to dance. So I will not stop to go to parties and do my thing, dancing Kompa, Passada, and stuff. So basically, when I wanted to start Kizomba, my first time that I see it as a lesson, I said, no, they don't know how to dance because they were just walking. It was like the French style. And for me, I was like, okay, because they were giving lesson before that all the Caribbean hip hop party. And after their lesson, they just go and throw the party. So one time we arrived early, and we just looked. I said, "Yeah, he can dance, the teacher, but they cannot follow because they just walk." And I was dancing Passad. So for me, with my 3 times 1 2 3 marker, I was the best dancer ever. So and I have a hip hop perspective. The hip hop dancer don't consider Kizomba dancer as dancer. Because again, coming from growing up with Caribbean people and Cape Verdean people, the Kizomba, Passad, Zouk, Kompa are not don't make you a dancer. It's just something that you know how to dance. And one day I was at the gym and they asked us, "Yeah, guys, we need men because we have a lot of ladies who wants to learn them Kizomba." We look up with our friends, say, "Okay, why not? Just to help." And I just analyzed the thing, and I'm like, man, I control my body in a different way than them. My level in Zouk is really high. So I can twist my thing. I can take the information and implement my stuff into it. And because I stopped hip hop, I found back a way to love dance through Kizomba. I got the same feeling back, and this is what I've been losing. But this time, it didn't went with people. It did just went with myself because all my friends did stop. So at the beginning, I said, you know what? I'm not gonna go because I don't want to be alone over there. 2 months later, I was going on all the party on myself. So yeah,
Ah, okay. So I guess was there ever a point where you were taking Kizomba, or yeah, Kizomba classes, or like what was your Kizomba journey? Because I know you competed back in, was it 2016? When did you compete?
2016, yes.
Okay, and you won. You became champion that year, right?
Yeah, but we mark in history because we are the only one who became champion of the city, which is Paris for us, and champion of the country, which is France for us, and world champion in Portugal. Because all the time that the people did Africa Dancer, they did at least twice Africa Dancer, and they never went from winning the city, winning the country, and winning the world. So they did some stuff, one of those, or participate twice before to win one thing.
Okay, and you said you won all three of them. That's what you're
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
that's
Sure.
amazing, man. That's
So
awesome.
yeah,
Yeah. So so tell me, yeah, what was your Kizumba journey though? You
yeah,
said you went to the class at the gym and they needed help, and
yeah,
so yeah, what was your journey though?
yeah. Sorry. So basically, it starts this way, and I was like, no, I love this thing. I need to go. And all the time I was saying that they have like a Kizomba party every days, but on different places. And I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna make my plan. So I was like going on into Facebook, and back in the day, it was really easy to find a party. Now it's like a big mess. And I was
Wait,
like, okay,
what year was this? I'm sorry, what year was this?
sorry.
Just real quick, what year was this? Do you think?
I don't get this one. My English is not really high, huh? So
Oh, no, you're good. No, just like what year? Like how long ago? What
which
year?
one was it? It was 2000, the end of 2014. 2014, it was like that. I take a break. I restarted, and I said, no, I'm gonna make my plan and stuff. So I went into all those kizomba. So all the time that I was seeing a kizomba party with how you said this, a lesson, I was going for it. And people was like, oh, starting to see me everywhere. And at some point, even when I get a high level, I was still taking the class because I'm like, I don't know who you are. I don't care where you're from. I don't care if you're good or not. You're just gonna say one information or one word is gonna just help me to understand better because I have a different conception of dance than the Kizomba people. Meaning that one word can make more sense on into all the elements that I have. One technique I can twist it and bring a lot of things out of it. And people was like, yeah, stop taking lesson, you're even better than the teacher. I'm like, yeah, I don't care, you know. And for me, I have this hip hop mentality. Before to be a teacher, before to be a judge, you need to prove that you did something. And when they saw this, so I went from going everywhere that someone stopped me and she said like, hey, you're the only guy that I dance with, and it's never the same. And I'm teaching, I never see this. And she recruited me to be a taxi dancer. So I say, okay, why not? And back in the day, being a taxi dancer is being recognized as a great dancer, almost on the same level as a teacher, because being a dancer and being a dancer teacher are two different stuff. And I was like, okay, you know what? Why not? You give me credit. I'm gonna also be able to go to parties more often, being required for this. And it's amazing. It's also my ego feels super fly. And I was like, okay, let's go. And after this, a guy, my ex-girlfriend said like, yeah, you know what? Because she was also a big important point because she was telling me what I could get from each teacher. So all the time that I was going to the party, I was prepared to get what she told me to get from this teacher. And I was taking a lesson with a friend of her, and he said like, "Hey man, you have something totally different. This is not normal. I give you one information, you just give it back in a crazy way." And all the time we had like this ritual together. It's like he showed me something. I say, okay, wait. I'm working on it for 10 minutes. I'm calling him back. Okay, look at it. And all the time, wow, we were like just happy up. So I gave him back the information, It's gonna work 10 minutes. It's coming back, and he showed me and it was going back and forth this way. So he asked me because he was back in the day. They had only one really international taxi team. It was Kizomba. And he asked me, yeah, hey, can you come and help us? Because, bro, for sure, if people get to know your style, you're gonna see. And for me, I was just listening to them like blah blah blah. You just give me whatever you like, but I don't believe it. But I still want to do it. So I went to Sweden, 2015, and at this moment, I realized that the French people are really bad because I went over there. Everyone was amazed by my my techniques, my way of dancing, and it wasn't common because I'm still dancing differently than everyone. And they were like, "Whoa!" So the ladies was like making lines and stuff, and I didn't understood. So back in the day, it was Anna and Moon, the big star, but I didn't understand that I got like a really huge line when those two guys were there. And so the ladies, and back in the day in Sweden, even on the ladies that was waiting was like uh, the ex-partner of Mike Evans, uh, Michaela from Jojo and Michaela back in the day. All those ladies that they were famous, they were waiting for me to dance with them, and I was like, huh? So I still didn't get it. So I came back to Paris, and I said like, yeah, I don't want to dance in Paris anymore because you feel the vibe. And my mentor said to me, hey, you're going to feel this way. I said, yeah, you lie, blah, blah, blah. And when I came back, it's true. So you become addicted to what is the energy from outside. So I said like, no, 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 I just don't want to do it. So we create the Dream Kiss, my taxi team that I create with my three associate back in the day. And one was my mentor, and the other was two guys that we were having a good connection from the Sweden experience. So we create Dream Kiss. Dream Kiss became straight on the same level as Kiss Schroeder, and at some point we could be booked on the same party, but Dream Kiss will just show a better dedication, a better human side than Kiss Schroeder. And people was like, "Yo, you guys are amazing," and we were like five, but five monster. So we were all on the same level with different style. But when we were there, you know that we are there. So we were coming into the Netherlands, and that's where I found out that I did get to know my ex-girlfriend, which is the one who bring me over here in Amsterdam. Um, because we went into a relationship, and she was like, yeah, distance is not working for me. And I say, yeah, that's not a problem. I can come because I always all the time knew since that I'm a young guy that I will not stay in France. But for in my mind, I was like, I will go to USA. I will be like a super fly guy. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna get a big car, beautiful ladies, beautiful house. That was one of my image that because I'm a dreamer. So I was like, yeah, it's gonna be it. So I said before that I come over here, I need to find a job, and we were searching and stuff, and I didn't find. And because she knew that I was really coaching people in hip hop and really coaching people in Kizomba, and when I'm talking to people, they understand it because I analyze people and I know how to use the right word to touch you to be able to feel what I'm saying. And we didn't find anything, so she said, "Why not opening a dance school?" I scratched my head. I said, "You know what? It's a good idea, but hip hop mentality, I need to do something really big that people know who I am. And from this, I can open the dance school because I'm legit to it." So I did Africa Dancer. Thanks God. Thanks God. Everything went straight up. Boom. Paris champion, France champion, world champion. After this, actually, when we did the robot show went blow up around the world. And actually, with Lydia, my ex-partner, we didn't plan to be partner. We were just like, okay, we did something, and people were like just amazed. 1 week later, we had 6 months of booking everywhere around the world. And before Kizomba, I never took the plane. And after this, I was taking the plane more than the bus. So I was like, yeah, this is crazy. This thing is crazy. But luckily, I was already prepared for this opportunity because I did build up a work ethic for this, a way to be able to transmit my vision to people. And it made everything easier to go through this journey until today.
Okay, man, that was a lot right there to unpack. But I could tell, man, just from like talking to you about before, man, how passionate you were about hip hop dancing. So I know, how much work you've put into Kizomba and, and trying to perfect that craft in and of itself.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, man, for someone who is an aspiring, they want to like kind of live your life. They want to be that traveling instructor, who's getting, all the love and admiration from everybody, man. Do you have any like words of wisdom or advice for an aspiring teacher?
Yeah. I have a lot of world, bro. We're gonna stay a long time on it. Um, don't believe only on the positive, because what people see first is like they want to go through this thing because they love it, or because they love what they see from us. Like you see us making like a selfie. Hey, I'm here. It's only marketing. It's only marketing because they have a lot of things. Like maybe you see us going like from Amsterdam to maybe LA, which is like can be in between 11 to 18-hour flight. But this is only the flight. You need to wake up. So basically, you can get journey of 24 hours preparing yourself to fly and until that you arrive to the point of your destination. But next to that, it's not only love, it's dedication. You're gonna need to be well prepared, being professional person, because it's not that I want to kill the dream of anyone, but I want to prepare them to the reality. The reality is that right now, Kizomba people for me are not professional yet, and people think that it's too easy. It's not, because they have a difference by teaching and giving a choreo. Everyone can do a choreo in 5 minutes. Giving this to people, people are going to say it's amazing. Of course, you might get a lot of people, you might get a crowd, but at the end of the day, you're going to understand that what you were doing, sorry for the word, was bullshit. Because at the end of the day, what we want is that to go to the social and being able to enjoy what we do. But that's why now we are crying when you go to the social. You have some people who don't understand the technique because they are just going with choreos, meaning that you guys gonna uh, need to understand that when you play this role, you have a really major role into the community. And taking the lead, it's an important decision, but you need to be wise about it. So keep working on your skills, keep developing yourself, never stop to learn. Prepare yourself for any situation. And if you love it, work until that you become the best. And even when you become the best, be better than yourself.
Super, super important, man. Super important. And I think this kind of like leads me into the next part, man. So, you have an amazing time, with the Kizumba competition, man. You get worldwide champion and everything. And so after that, you decide to move to Amsterdam and open up your dance studio, correct?
Yes, but it was already
Castle.
planned. It was
Uh,
already planned before. It was planned before. I just had like I put myself in a situation. I have one way. It's like I cannot messed up anything because I already opened a company when I wasn't world champion yet. So I was like, when I won, I put this thing on the marketing, but this thing is already prepared. So it was just a succession of my plan all the step of my plan. So after this, yes, I legit the fact that I was into Castle of Dance, but Castle of Dance were secretly created before that I won the championship.
Okay, I get you, man. I get you. So going back to 2016, I guess when you actually opened, the studio doors, man.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. Tell me about that first year of running a dance studio. What was that like, man?
It was a life changing, but not on this. I wasn't really prepared. That's why I gave this word because even though I got a lot of dance experience and teaching experience, is a totally different game. Meaning that I did learn to speak English in 2015, so my English wasn't that strong, and to make myself understandable, it was crazy. Next to that, I opened the door for my tryout. It was 80 people who came straight, but now 55 ladies, 25 men. You need to get creative straight. And I was like under pressure, and it was like really a struggle for me because I needed to make myself understandable. So I covering up by being funny and finding ways because I got like one man for three ladies almost. So it was really difficult, but I found my way because I'm someone who's like I'm never satisfied, and if I'm not satisfied, my brain is thinking about the solution of my problem. Meaning that if today I did a mistake, tomorrow you're gonna see a different person straight. And so I kept working this way, which bring my teaching level of what I have today. And this first year, my first location was a struggle with the neighbor, so I switched to another location. And at the end of this year, uh, when I switched to 2017, I broke up with my lady, with my ex-lady, and I blow up everything. It's like I went to an average of 50 students to 100, to 100 to 150, to 150 to almost 200. And people were telling me, you are crazy because the Kizomba community is not in Amsterdam. It was in Rotterdam, which is an hour driving, Eindhoven, more than an hour driving. They say, you stupid, you should go to Rotterdam, you're going to get a lot of people. I said, no, I'm going to go to Amsterdam and I'm going to open it. You're going to see I'm going to put Amsterdam on the map, and you're going to see that those people will wants to come over here. What I said happened.
Hey, man, that's amazing, man. You had a vision that you stuck to it and you accomplished it, man. So
Yeah.
so let me ask you this then, man. Kind of in the same vein as the previous questions, man. For someone who is aspiring to own their own dance studio one day,
Uh-huh.
do you have any words of wisdom, any words of advice for them for owning a dance studio or running a dance studio?
Yeah. Um, don't don't fall only for what you think is right. Make sure that everything is written on paper. It's gonna be the thing is gonna save your life. You're gonna go through mistake. You're gonna need to stand up again. Uh, Try to make your business skills in higher level because you're gonna need to think different. When you teach and when you manage the business is not the same, and you're gonna need to separate those things. Being a human being with your student, being the teacher for your student, and being the businessman. So if you manage those three in a good way, is you're gonna be successful as long as you have a good plan. Keep on writing everything. It's gonna help you to see in a better way, in a stronger way, whatever you want to do, and build
Okay,
up
I understand.
a team. It's really important.
Okay. And wait, so explain to me, man, because I'm unsure. Why do you say build up a team? Is that another opportunity for exposure? Why is that important?
It's important for exposure for everything, but you cannot do everything alone. even though that you are a superhero always need a team or a sidekick, because a team is going to help you to brainstorm any idea that you have, and they can give you a sharp detail or a sharp way, and you can also being faced to the reality of maybe my idea will not deserve everyone. So you're going to try to figure out the best way that it can match for the most of the people, because you cannot please everyone, but you can get the best out of it. And of course, they're going to help you to just spread the word, because you're going to need different type of marketing, the mouth to mouth, business to business, advertising, and whatever you can come up with.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand. Yeah, so building you, a network, of people that can just help you support a support group is what you
Yeah.
mean, right?
Yeah.
No, I understand that. I definitely understand that, man. Um, and so let me ask you this then, man. I'm very curious to hear from you, man. How has this whole, COVID-19, this whole pandemic, man, how was this affected you in your business and your life?
Yeah, it affected me big time, because actually for me it's even harder, because I did open my new dance studio last September. So basically, I did like a huge investment, taking a loan for this, putting all the money that I got into it. And when you move a place, you need to rebuild again your image, because it people love you, but it doesn't mean that they're going to follow you everywhere. And people can love you today, tomorrow they can hate you. People, they can hate you today, they can love you after this. So basically, I have now a beautiful studio, I can tell, but money wise is really difficult, because all the expenses still running, but the income is not coming. So it's heavy, but it also helped me to get more creative, because I'm now back into the survival mode. It's like when you go to the survival mode, it's like your intention, your passion for this is totally different. You have a different power, because it's like, or you do it, or you die for it. So it helped me also to go back to a self-reflection, because I'm like, okay, I have this, and now I really know what I missed for myself to move forward. That's why even I wanted to go back to study. Right now, I'm searching a way to find a way to be part-time study and still manage my business, but to just upgrade my skills and get a bigger portfolio, because if I can make a big impact into it, or maybe get the right contact on the TV, I can just bring something really powerful. Because I was like doing salesman stuff, so related to business. But sometimes, when you do the right study from business, you can go straight to TV shows, magazine, radio, and you have your contact straight over there. So it's something that I really want to build up. I went also online, which is something that I wanted to do since 2017, but never got the time. So now God put me the time to do it. So like that, because my huge problem was that I got much more requests than what I could take in the dance school, and especially because I'm making sure that the balance is going good. So if I have not enough men, I'm not taking more ladies. So now it's a way that the ladies who wanted to take the lesson, they can go for it. Or the people that I meet abroad, like they are like, yeah, but you're a great teacher, but we wish that we have a teacher like you over here. Now they have the chance to still be part of the family. Um, and also it helped me to reconnect a little bit deeper with my lady, so I have more time, because I was teaching almost every day, going away every day. And it's also something for the people who wants to do this. You're going to also need to give up, in a way, your life, your personal life, when you're doing this, because you might see the positive, but they have also a side that you cannot really see your family, or you cannot see your loved ones, and you're going to work all the time. So COVID-19 is like a crazy guy. And for now, we're gonna see what's gonna come next, because now is how people's gonna react to it, because they went through our mind and people go crazy. So sometimes people, especially with our dance, it's a closed dance. So I don't know if people will be able to stick to it, or if they're gonna need really a long time to make an effort to go back.
That is so true, man. I've been wondering that as well. You know, for all the social dancing, all the party dancing, how does how does this play out in the future, man? I'm very curious how this affects us.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man, it's very, very, very crazy times, man, right now, man.
Yeah.
Um, I want to ask you just a couple more questions, man, and I want to kind of give value to to dancers out there. Is that cool?
Yeah, 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 definitely.
Hey, bet, man. So, for someone who is an intermediate in a dance
Yeah.
and they want to get to that advanced level,
Uh-huh.
what does it take for them to get there?
So for this, I have like a really simple question. Level no doesn't matter, because what people think they are intermediate, it's a personal judgment. Because someone can be really technical but really bad with groove or dance motion. Someone can be really high with dance motion and really bad with technique. So it's really a perspective. And what I'm doing at my dance school is what we call the level check, based on all the my dictionary of Kizomba. So basic step techniques that we use at Castle, how to improve your leading and following. So of course, people sometimes say, yeah, I'm an advanced from this dance school. Okay. And they come with me, they are improvers, which is the next level after beginner. So it doesn't make sense. And sometimes, level is here for ego, for the ego, to make yourself like, yeah, I want to be an expert. Doesn't matter if you're an advanced, intermediate level, beginner. What you need to work is to keep working on the technique that you know that you have, and try to search for the truth. Because one teacher is going to tell you this, another one's going to tell you something totally opposite. But you have the third part, which is you. You try both of them and you see what is working for you. And you create your truth from what you know from outside and what you know from inside. It's how you're going to build up your dance. And at some point, you're going to work point by point and making sure that you control it and you feel it. For me, is how you're going to feel the kind of advanced level. If you're able to put a vision and doing this with each of the partner that you do dance with, you got what you needed to get. If you think that you're dancing, you're moving in a certain way, but it works with five ladies and it doesn't work with five ladies, put yourself in question and try to know what you need to work on.
Okay, I understand that, man. I definitely do, man. Let me ask you this, man. For someone who wants to improve their musicality, what does it take for them to improve it?
Okay, sorry, I'm going to do advertisement. You want to improve your musicality? Go to the online lesson. We have actually the musical isolation, body movement, and we'll give you a lot of secret about it, because sometimes people do tempted to forget that before to run, you need to walk. And before to walk, you need to understand how to move your feet. Uh, Now everyone is talking about musicality, but sometimes they don't know what is musicality, which is an amazing tool to just express yourself. And sometimes I even like I did this one time on my footwork online free lesson for the people. I'm making slow motion what was happening on what Mirti and I was doing, because people don't have the understanding and the eye sharp enough to catch what is happening on the music. Uh, but to work on your musicality, listen a lot of music, dance on different type of music, uh, keep discovering what you can do with your body. Sometimes the stupidest thing can be the amazing thing that's going to change your life. Like I can give like a free exercise for people. It's going to be simple. Try to dance by just looking with your eyes to the left all the time. but dancing. Try to use your eyes by dancing only on the right side. Do the same up, do the same down, and do the same straight front of the mirror. Why? Because actually, where you look, you access on a certain part of your brain. So because you access this limitation part in your brain, if you train this way, you just open up the possibility. Just this small thing is already a lot of information, and if they are capable to work on this is a lifetime exercise. You're never done with this, and you're going to see that it's going to be crazy. Oh, when I'm looking over here, I cannot do any stuff. And after this, if you want to understand all the meanings and how to recall muscle memory, visual memory, auditory memory, we have this on the fourth episode. So just come advertisement again.
Hey, come on, ain't nothing wrong, man. Go ahead and plug it, bro. Yes, yeah, and that's a crazy tip, man. I've never even thought of doing something like that. Like looking to the left, only to the left. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm, I, I'm.
But that's the funny thing because I did create this. I was 16, and I was like, okay, because my hip hop teacher said, okay, try to look somewhere and try to develop your dance by looking this thing. And I didn't understood. But even him, I think he didn't even know that it was connected to this. But sometimes I feel that I'm like kind of this crazy scientist, like, okay, what I can do with this information. So sometimes that's why I said like being a teacher is hard, and sometimes I blame my colleague to not make enough research to give a lot to the community. But when you know those crazy stuff, it's like I did create a database of exercise, and sometimes I'm like, yeah, my day is always like that. And even my partner said to me, "You crazy? You know what you said this to me all the time?" And she say, "Hey, Mirti, I have a new technique, and this is what I'm just doing every day."
Okay, man. That's legit, man. That's legit, bro. Let me ask you one more question, man.
Yeah,
Can you give me one piece of advice that can make anyone a better dancer immediately?
that's a good one. That's a good one. One advice. It is not going to be one, but if I said just one advice, I'm going back to what I said. Keep practicing. People neglected this one because they think that, yeah, but practicing how? Because, now when you're a teacher, you just learn how to talk to babies because people need this information. And I'm giving it to you this way. If you don't get this information this way, you will be like, yeah, but I don't understand what you mean. But it's simple. You dance Kizomba, right? You did
Yes,
learn
sir.
you did learn a lot of technique until today.
I didn't learn a lot. I mean, I would agree with you. I mean, I learned a little bit of technique, so yes.
Okay. So basically, what people, and that's now too bad for them, they have this amount of knowledge already from doesn't matter how many instructor. But to be honest with you, you to me, how many times did you practice exactly the way that they gave it to you?
Oh man, great question. Exactly how they gave it to me. In the beginning, man, I was obsessed with it. In the beginning, I was obsessed with Kizomba, man. I loved it.
Yeah, but
Uh,
even sorry to cut you, even when you got it, instead of putting yourself standing still, like let's say I learned this Lady Saida, and try to do 100 times after each other, only the Lady Saida, no one do this.
I agree with you on that. I agree with you.
And basically, to be honest with you, it's simple. I'm just gonna give you an exercise for you. Take one basic step, doing 10 times after each other without music. Play the music and do exactly 10 times after each other. Change the style of music and do 10 times after each other. So basically, you're gonna need to do this first time without music, from the second until the ninth time on different type of music. It can be jazz, classical, whatever. And the 10th time you do it without music again. And you're gonna see that if you film yourself, your first lady Saida and your last lady Saida has nothing to be compared with.
I get you. I understand that.
So that's my piece of advice before to do anything else.
So I practice.
Yeah.
Hey, I can dig it, bro. I can dig it, man. Uh, King Chamalo, man. I want to thank you so much, man, for taking time out your day to talk to me.
Yeah, thanks to you. Keep going with what you do. It's amazing. And it was my pleasure to talk with you.
Of course, man. Of course, man. Real quick before I let you go, man. Do you have, anything that you want to plug? Anything going on in your life?
Yeah, my online lesson. My online lesson. Again, what we are working with my partner is to twist your mindset. And twisting your mindset is the key to make anything else going on your body. Because at the moment that you understand it, you can reach your next level. And to be honest, no one wants to be bad. So even the one who wants to come for pleasure, for social aspect, for professional aspect, we all wants to be the best in a way. And if you don't tell it, the ego is there a little bit too much. Last piece of advice: kill the ego.
I understand that, man. Tell me real quick, how can people, get to your online class? Where is it located at?
Okay, it's in Amsterdam, and basically you're gonna go to www.castleofdance.com, and from this you're gonna be able to sign up for our lesson. We have different packages. So actually, the first one is the one that people don't want to pay that much. It's like €5 and 95 cents. You have one video a month, is by subscription, of course. So one video a month. So each month, at the middle of the course, we the middle of the month we put a new video. The second package is 5 video a month. So every middle of the month we put 5 new video, but one video per week, all the time released, because it's a lot of amount of information. As you can see, it's really going crazy. The third package is a brand new thing. Basically, sorry, the 5 video a month is €15 and 95 cents. I call this one the net keys, like Netflix. It's just €15. You get your packages of series of different topics, and the database is gonna just go more and more because we did just start. So right now we have already four lesson on. The fifth one's gonna come this Tuesday. The third package, which is my best creation, I think, is $39.95, but you have the 5 videos, and each month you have 20-minute private lesson with me online. So basically, you work on your topic on the 5 lesson. You come with me, and I'm gonna correct this on your personal dance and say, okay, this, because basically I'm known already in Amsterdam to be really crazy and twisting the mind of people, but also to be so fast to catch all the mistake or all the things could be better in terms of posture, in terms of tension, in terms of how to process the movement for them to be able to be their best version of themselves. And the last one is the year package. It's 175. So actually, on the top artist on Kizomba, I'm the cheapest one, just for you because of Corona. And on this one, you have the year. So it's a one-time payment. So from the day that you subscribe, you're gonna get the year of the 5 video a month. But next to that, we have a Q&A each month to respond to all your questions in connection with the topic of the month.
Okay, man, that's legit, man. That's cool.
Yep,
So
yep.
tell me this, man, real quick. For how can people reach out to you? How can they get in contact with you?
Instagram, King Chamalo, Facebook, my page, King Chamalo. I'm full on my account, so better to go to the page because otherwise you will not be able to be into my friend list. I start with TikTok. This thing is crazy. I still understand nothing, but I'm in it. King Chamalo still. Um, and after on the how you call this the festival, the congress. So I'm also reachable over there. Always available for private lesson and stuff. Always available to have a talk when I'm not tired. Yes, basically you can reach me out over there.
Hey, that's perfect, man. When I upload this, I'm gonna make sure I put all your contact information in the details, man. All right.
Appreciate it.
Of course, Mister. Like I said, Mr. Chamalo, King Chamalo, man. I really appreciate you taking time out today to talk to me, man. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Hey, no doubt, man. Enjoy the rest of your day, all right, bro?
See ya.
Hey.
That's all it is. Hey everyone, if you made it this far to all to the end of the video, I want to thank you so much. My overall goal with making these interviews and these episodes is to give a voice to dancers, to give them a platform to speak their story. So if this is of value to anyone, then that means the world to me. My overall goal is to give value to the dance community. So if you find no value in this, then I urge you to please let me know where I can improve on. I truly want to, just give value and content to the dance community. So please let me know how I can improve, where I'm messing up, because to be 100% honest with you, I'm learning along the way as I do this. I truly am. So to be able to interact with the dance community, it means the world to me because it gives me feedback and it lets me know what I'm doing right, where I can improve upon, what I'm doing wrong, which I feel like might maybe more important. So please, if you all could comment and just let me know what you think, it means the world to me because that feedback just helps me improve. So please comment as well. Please like and subscribe. That means a lot as well. But I want to say thank you so much for just watching this because it means the world to me. I want to take you on this journey of the Two Left Feet podcast. I'm very excited for it. So once again, thank you so much.